Morning, everyone. Just wanted to show what I'm growing as a brand new gardener, still learning. Here's all the things I grew from seed this winter. I got a really early jump on it. I was just too excited. I couldn't wait for proper dates. We have some Brussels sprouts. They're a few weeks old. They are a little bit crowded, but they're looking pretty healthy. That's a good color, right? We have three lettuces that were started a week ago. At the same on the same date. This one is the only one that really took off. All three of these have had pretty much no signs of life, so we just dumped the rest of the packets into these. They're 3-year-old seeds. Here's some peppers, cayenne, that are doing real well, because this is a pretty warm aquarium that I have these seedlings in. The cabbages, I'm not really sure if this is a good color for cabbage. They're still growing a little bit. They've slowed down a bit. I pulled out 3 dead seedlings today, and the roots were super long, much longer than this tray. So I'm going to put as many as I can into taller cups or pots. I don't have any pots left, so I'm going to have to get real creative. Here's some other peppers, jalapenos that did really good. Here is a pico de gallo mix that my boyfriend planted, and he put a lot of stuff in here. He put some big beefsteak tomatoes, even though it's very, very early, and these plants are going to get maybe 10 feet tall. Here's some cilantro that's been doing really well. And look at all this beautiful basil. I think this is that fancy floppy Italian basil. I don't have any of this yet. Oh, look, yes, you can tell by the little tiny true leaves that are coming out. Here is 2 ruby leaves, the only 2 out of 30 that have come up. And I've never grown lettuces before. They're so super cute when that first big leaf pops up. This is a mystery pepper. It was just in a bag with no name and no date, and I'm so glad it germinated. I have a bunch of chiffy pots full of things I've never grown before. On the top are some flowers. There's lupines that came up after 16 days. All these flowers have given me almost a heart attack. I thought I failed so hard because they didn't come up. Yesterday, the snapdragons finally have a sign of life. I don't know if that's a root or what, but I'm so happy to see it. The foxgloves came up after 17 days. I have been holding my breath for 2 weeks now. And let's see, we have hollyhocks, and oh, there's a hollyhock. About 19 days later, finally, which is great. Look at that. There are some zinnias that came up right away. If you want a confidence booster, plant some zinnias because they all came up and they are so big I have to move them out of here. They're going to shade the other little jiffy plants. Here are some fresh packets of rocket salad. I think that's arugula. I got to move these out too. There's way too many. I let my boyfriend have a few pots and he always puts so many seeds in. Here is some watercress, and I don't know why it's flopping over. I got to do some research, which is really fun, and I can't wait to look it up. Some kind of mystery plants right here. Just a bunch of different things in mystery Ziploc seeds. This is going to be some kind of flower. No idea. We will see, and we'll try to identify. Here is some regular common basil. And then look at all this parsley. I'm so happy because I cook with a lot of dried parsley, and I can't wait to actually use some. Look at this little area we opened up. All this stuff 4 days ago was in the aquarium with everything else. Can you believe it? So look at all this spinach back here. It's just like beautiful model spinach. My boyfriend planted these, and all of the spinach I planted just keeled over and died. But for some reason, he had the magic touch, or he watered it just right. I've now taken over for watering, so I'd like to think half of their success is due to me. I have some thyme, which is another confidence booster plant. It doesn't care if I underwater it, I overwater it. I fuss with it, it just looks just as good. The cilantro just is going and going. It's amazing. This is probably just a 3 week or 2 week old cilantro. This basil plant has been my little experiment with topping. I've topped it twice now, and these leaves are slow going, so I hope I didn't hurt it too much topping too aggressively. It smells really good, and I can't believe I only have one plant, so I'm happy we have those babies so I can figure out how to cook with it. We've got lots of kale. This one's looking kind of puny, and they were very yellow in the tank. I think it was too hot. I noticed like the hot weather stuff, the peppers and the tomatoes do good, but the cold weather stuff, the cabbages and the kales and the spinaches, they do so much better out here where it's just a couple degrees cooler, but it makes all the difference. Another kale, another thyme, and this lettuce, let me tell you, I thought it was gonna die. This thing was about to fall out of the pot with two of the saddest leaves, and it just bounded back. And now the stem is so thick, the stem is thickened up. This thing was like a string. So this is the best comeback story of 2021, let me tell you. There's a couple more kale back there looking kind of yellow. I don't know what that means. I keep looking it up, and apparently too much light isn't a thing, but maybe the light is too warm. And look at this tomato plant. I'm so proud. It's flowering. Can you believe it? This is a tiny Tim. It's only 6 inches tall, and we've had it under 3 grow lights, so it has had very compact growth, I think, because of it. I can't wait to get tomatoes in March. I am stoked. It's a little parsley I embarrassingly thought was cilantro that I burned. I couldn't understand why it was curly, and then a month later it dawned on me it's parsley. Some more kale, and a very interesting sunflower plant. I grew a bunch of sunflowers for microgreens, but this one had such an interesting little mutation on the leaf. I just wanted to see what would happen, but it does have regular leaves now. And wouldn't it be so cool to have a sunflower? I know they're supposed to get super tall. I'm just letting stuff go because I've never done it. And it looks healthy, and it just makes me so happy. So thanks for taking a look. If you guys have any tips at all, I'm totally a beginner. Lay it on me. Write it down. Anything why my brassicas are yellow, if you know, that would be super helpful. I'm going to go do some research, and I'm going to repot my cabbages now. All right, have a great day. Bye.